So you're saying that the Brethren did not steal the Relief Society's grain? Let's look at some sources. There's this article from Dialogue, but Dialogue is sometimes seen as anti, so let's just disregard this one. There's also this article from Ordained Women, but if Dialogue is seen as anti, then this sure as heck is anti. So let's just disregard this one as well. In fact, let's just stick with the church's website. So this is on the church's website in the Church History Catalog, in the Relief Society General Board Minutes, Volume 9. So stick with me for a minute. This is on page 140, and it's dated May 23rd of 1918. In fact, in the little corner it says, "We turned over to the government." So it's really easy to find. So Bishop Charles Nibley comes into the Relief Society and tries to explain to them why he took the wheat without their permission and gave it to the government. He explains that a Mr. Green from the government came in, commended the church and the Relief Society for their highly splendid work in raising the wheat, and that the government wanted it. Bishop Nibley goes on to say that a Bishop David A. Smith took the matter up to the First Presidency, and they instructed us that if the government required the wheat, there was nothing to do but comply with the government's request. Because the church is so good at complying with the government's requests. Bishop Nibley then shares a letter he sent out 5 days before this meeting. The letter goes out to all the bishops, instructing that the Relief Societies give all their wheat to the bishops so that they can then be handed over to the government. And at the end of the letter, he adds his name, along with Sister Emmeline B. Wells, who knew nothing of the matter. So he basically forged the Relief Society president's name to show that she was on board. Anyway, moving on. Bishop Nibley goes on to say, "What more can I say? We acted hastily because we thought we had to, and we should not have done it. We should have waited." I mean, he apologizes, so I guess this goes to Bishop Nibley's credit. At the bottom of the page, we find Sister Emmeline B. Wells' response. She states that the sisters were not adverse to selling the wheat to the government, but she could not help but feel very much hurt, personally, that such an important action had been taken without consulting the General Board of the Relief Society. So you tell me, is this 1,000% not true? But then you also left with this comment, and that's kind of confusing. Did the church steal the grain or didn't they?